So there's this moment that most men don't think too deeply about. A hug. Simple, right? But when you're dealing with energy, presence, and attraction, nothing is ever just simple. You see, how you respond to a hug can determine whether she forgets you the moment she walks away or thinks about you for days. It's not about the hug itself, it's about what you bring to that moment. And that's where Stoicism enters the picture. A lot of men rush into physical interactions without awareness. They treat a hug like a formality, quick, awkward, maybe even forced. But when you move with intention, when you carry the presence of a man who's grounded in himself, suddenly that moment becomes meaningful. You don't chase the moment, you meet it. You respond, not react, and that subtle difference, that's what leaves a mark. You got to understand what a hug actually means to a woman. It's not always romantic, sure, but it's intimate, vulnerable. She's letting you into her space, and the way you handle that space, your energy, your calm, your subtle confidence, tells her something about who you are. It's not about how tight you hold her, it's about how present you are while you do it. Are you thinking, or are you feeling? Are you hoping she likes you? Or are you fully centered, content whether she stays or walks away? Women can feel the difference. They feel the desperation in the guy who holds on too long, hoping she'll feel something back. And they feel the emptiness in the guy who lets go too soon, afraid of being vulnerable. But a Stoic man knows how to walk the edge. He holds just enough. He lets go just in time. He's aware, tuned in, but he never loses himself in the moment. He keeps his center, and that's what makes her lean in just a little more. When you respond to a hug with Stoic presence, you make her feel something she didn't expect. Peace, groundedness, a safe strength. The kind of feeling that lingers. She won't even be able to explain it, but it'll stay with her. She'll think about your calm, your scent, your stillness, the way you made her feel without trying to take anything from her. Here's the thing most men miss. Being memorable isn't about being flashy or intense. It's about contrast. Most guys are either too eager or too detached. But you become memorable when you strike that perfect balance between strength and softness. You're present but not pushy. You care, but you don't cling. You're open, but not exposed. After the hug, don't rush to fill the silence. Let it breathe. Let her feel the space. If you say something, say it slow. Low tone, eye contact. Let your words land. Or maybe don't say anything at all. Sometimes a smirk is louder than a sentence. Sometimes your silence says, I see you, and I don't need anything from you. I'm just here, and that's what she'll remember. She'll remember that you didn't try too hard, that you didn't shrink, that you made her feel seen without putting her on a pedestal. That's rare, that's valuable, and that's why she'll think about you the next day. And maybe the day after that, because the truth is, a hug is never just a hug. It's a portal into presence, into energy, into memory. If you carry yourself with awareness, with intention, and with the emotional strength that Stoicism teaches, you don't have to chase anything. You become the kind of man who naturally stays on her mind, even long after your arms let go. And then there's the unspoken aftermath. What happens after the hug ends? Most men shift quickly, either stepping back or awkwardly changing the subject. But a Stoic man knows the power of stillness. He understands that connection isn't rushed. You can just stand there, look at her, and allow the moment to breathe. That breath, that silence, can say more than any sentence you could form in your head. When she walks away, she remembers how it felt to be held by someone who wasn't trying to impress her. That matters more than compliments, more than gifts, more than over-the-top displays. She remembers how safe it felt, how certain, and certainty is attractive. She might check her phone later expecting a text, or she might smile when her friend asks about you. That memory, that calm power, it stays, because a man who isn't trying to prove anything becomes unforgettable. You don't need to talk about how you feel. You don't need to show your cards too early. You let time work for you. You let her curiosity grow. You let her wonder what made that hug feel different. Not just warm, but grounded. Not just kind, but masculine. She may have hugged dozens of men in her life, but the one who made her feel without asking for anything in return. That's the one she won't forget. This is what Stoicism in connection looks like. It's not about coldness. It's about clarity. It's not about detachment. It's about depth. It's not about control. It's about calm influence. So the next time she leans in for that hug, don't think too much. Just breathe. Be there. Stand tall. Let your arms say what your words don't need to. Stay grounded. Stay still, because when the moment is gone and she's walking away, what she'll carry with her is the way she felt in your presence. And that feeling, that's what makes you unforgettable. That's what stays on her mind. And that's how you use Stoic presence, not to chase, but to attract, imprint, and be remembered without ever trying to be remembered. This is the power of responding, not reacting, of being rooted in who you are. That's how you stand out. That's how you become the one she still thinks about, long after the hug is over. Let's talk about a moment that most men completely overlook. A hug. Yeah, a simple embrace. But in the realm of attraction, energy, and presence, there's nothing truly simple about it. A hug can be the moment she forgets you, or the one she replays in her mind while lying in bed days later. And the difference lies in how you carry yourself, not just during the hug, but before and after. See, most guys treat a hug like a throwaway action. They rush it, make it awkward, or don't even realize the opportunity they're stepping into. But a Stoic man? He knows that a hug isn't about pressure or length, it's about energy. When you stand tall, grounded, and calm in that moment, something shifts. She feels it. You're not clinging, you're not pulling, you're simply there, solid. A presence she didn't know she needed until that very moment. A woman lets you into her space when she hugs you. And that's not nothing. It's not just about arms around bodies. It's about trust, vulnerability, emotional safety. When you respond to that hug with the energy of someone who's content in himself, who doesn't need her approval or affection, she picks up on it immediately. You're not trying to win her over. You're just meeting her in the moment, fully, quietly, confidently. You'd be surprised how much a woman notices during a hug, the rhythm of your breath, the tension or lack of it in your shoulders, whether you're mentally checked in or miles away. She's tuned in to the energy. Exchange. If you're desperate, she'll feel it. If you're cold, she'll sense that too. But when you're centered, emotionally calm, physically steady, that's when something beautiful happens. She feels safe. She feels seen. And maybe for the first time in a while, she lets go into the moment too. And this is where Stoicism becomes your secret advantage. Stoicism isn't about being emotionally numb. It's about control, discipline, presence. It teaches you not to chase, not to overextend, and not to react out of impulse. That's why when you embrace her, you're not trying to perform. You're not trying to send a message. You're just showing up with the quiet strength of a man who's comfortable with himself. A man who doesn't need validation, but offers peace. And that's what lingers. She walks away from that hug and doesn't quite know what happened. She felt something rare, not loud, but unforgettable. Maybe it was the way you didn't let go too soon, or the way you didn't linger too long. Maybe it was how you didn't feel the need to speak right after, how you gave the moment space to breathe. And in that silence, she started wondering, who is this man? Why did that feel different? The truth is, physical moments are only as powerful as the energy behind them. Stoicism gives you that energy. It grounds you. It teaches you that being emotionally available doesn't mean being emotionally chaotic, that you can hold someone without holding on, that you can care without clinging. And when you do, you become the man she tells her friends about, even if she doesn't quite know. Why, you see, most guys either smother or avoid. They either lean in too hard or pull away too quickly. But when you stand in that rare middle ground, where you're open but unattached, calm but warm, that's when she feels it. That's when she remembers it. And that's when she starts wondering what it is about you that just won't leave her mind. And here's the part most men never figure out. Being unforgettable isn't about making grand gestures. It's about subtle, consistent energy. It's about being so grounded in who you are that your silence is louder than their words. That your gaze communicates more than a compliment ever could. That the way you let go of a hug leaves her feeling more connected than 1,000 texts ever would. So what do you do after the hug? You stay grounded. You don't rush to fill the silence. You don't back away nervously or overcompensate with charm. You let the moment exist. You let her feel the calm you carry. Maybe you give her a soft smile. Maybe you lock eyes for a second longer. Or maybe you just walk away. And trust me, if you did it right, she'll feel it. She'll sit with it. She'll think about it later. She'll play it back in her head, not because of what you said, but because of what she felt. Your presence, your composure, your stillness. That's the kind of moment that makes a woman lean in just a little more next time. The kind that makes her check her phone with a flutter in her chest. The kind that makes her wonder if you felt it too. And that's how you stay on her mind without ever trying to, because Stoicism teaches you that you don't need to chase what's meant for you, that the strongest energy is the one that doesn't force, that the most attractive quality is quiet certainty. And when you live that truth, every interaction, yes, even a hug, becomes something unforgettable. So the next time she leans in and wraps her arms around you, don't overthink, don't perform, just be. Let your energy speak for you. Let your calm reassure her. Let your grounded presence do the talking. Because when the hug is over, what she remembers won't be the physical contact. It'll be the man she felt inside that silence. And that's the version of you that never really leaves her mind.